As a television and radio presenter, I spend hours and days in studios. Time is always at a premium, and there are deadlines to be met. When I get some time off, I like to get out into the countryside, find some space, and let time slow down. This weekend, I'm heading to County Westmeath. I'm going to stay for a few days and explore 4 different routes, each with a very different charm. My name is Bláthnaid Tracy, and this is my Tracks and Trails. I'm delighted to get outside of Dublin, and this weekend I'm going to be doing 4 trails, one of which is 42 kilometres long. So I'm going to do that one by bike, and I've brought some bits with me. So I've got a map, but I don't think I'm really going to need it because I actually have pretty good phone signal. I've got a power bank though, just in case I lose battery. I've got some snacks as well because I am going to be covering some ground. Got some water. I've got a rain jacket as well because it is Ireland after all. But I am really looking forward to seeing what Westmeath has to offer. This weekend, I'm doing 4 different routes over 3 days. The first is a greenway, the Old Rail Trail Greenway. It's 42 kilometres long and runs from Mullingar to Athlone, and I'm going to cycle this one. I'm basing myself in Mullingar for the next few days. There's lots of interlinking routes here that people can walk. There's the Royal Canal Greenway, the National Famine Way, and the Old Rail Trail Greenway. These all connect, giving walkers and cyclists plenty of choice. It's easy to hire a bike in Mullingar. I'm hitting this one, it's by the canal and close to my route. The start of my route takes me along the Royal Canal Greenway out of Mullingar, which links to the Old Rail Trail Greenway. The Old Rail Trail is a historic route that leads visitors through the very heart of Ireland. It was once the railway line for the Great Midwestern Railway that has now been made into 42 kilometres of greenway. The route takes you through some of the old stations, many of which are 150 plus years old, with lots of their original features still intact. The Old Rail Trail carries all the romance of a railway. You'll pass by old signal boxes, through stone arched tunnels, and it's as family friendly as you'll get. It's only populated by cyclists and walkers, so kids can cycle freely and safely. There's various exit and entry points where people can leave the trail to explore local attractions. Look at this. This is Castletown Station, and what I love about this trail is there are 3 of these stations along the way. So behind us here we have the original station house, which is now private property. Behind me you've got the level crossing, the signal tower, you've got the original platforms as well. The railway track is right here, and it's just gorgeous just to stand here and actually take a look around. I just think this is great. The Old Rail Trail is also steeped in history. In its day, De Valera and Padraig Pearse travelled on this line. And for those who like their history, there are endless stories associated with this route. Today, I'm admiring the peace and fabulous scenery it takes me through. I'm meeting up with Desi Dolan to find out more about this old railway trail. Desi is a GAA All-Star, also a local, and he lives right beside the Greenway.
Desi!
Hello, Bláthnaid, how are you doing?
It is so lovely to meet you.
You're welcome to Westmeath, Bláthnaid.
What a gorgeous day as well.
It's gorgeous, yeah, fantastic.
Now, I believe you live along this railway track.
Yeah, it's a great feature to be living next to, go for runs, go for cycles, but family time as well. That's the thing about the track, the safety.
Yeah.
You can just switch off and have some fun, go for walks, go for cycles.
Well, listen, you're a local, so will you please show me around?
Absolutely, love
All
to.
right,
Let's go.
go for it. So how far is it from Streamstown then to Moat?
It's about 11 kilometres. Moat is really well placed in terms of a destination for cyclists. For me personally, I'm lucky I live on the track. I get to go for runs. I really enjoy that. I can switch off because it's a really nice thing. Like,
I mean, even as we're cycling along, you can hear the birds singing, the butterflies are going. It's just so gorgeous.
Yeah, no, it really is. We're so fortunate that it has been developed recently because, like, you have lots of forests on the way, you have different types of fields, you have agriculture in the fields, you have pheasants, you have birds chirping. It's just such a variety, and that's what, every time you go out on the track, it's something different. I think that's really what we're lucky about as well.
Okay, I can see the station up ahead, so this is it.
This is the beautiful Moat Station, yeah.
Okay.
So it's really nice.
You can see all the old buildings. So where's your house then?
Yeah, well, my house is just actually along the track here, so I'm pretty spoilt, really.
You really are.
Now, I'm going to be leaving you. I'm going to be heading on. So what can I expect to see on the way, and what should I keep an eye out for?
When you leave me, you'll pass Doonashee on the right-hand side. That's a family amenity park. It's a very nice feature as well on your way in, so you have plenty to see on the way into Athlone.
I'm stopping off at Doonashee. It's an amenity and heritage park. Families love it here, and I'm looking forward to taking a break from being on my bike. This park is very important to the locals in this part of Westmeath. This whole construction was a combined community endeavour. Everyone worked together to raise the money and the resources needed to create this space.
I've just stopped off here at Doonashee Heritage and Amenity Park, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I've just got myself a little coffee and a bun, and it's a real family-friendly place. You can see the community have all really come together, and you can get that community spirit here as well. The cycle track is gorgeous because it's nice and quiet and very tranquil, and then when you come into somewhere like this and you get a sense of what life is like in this part of Ireland. But for me personally, what I'm really enjoying about this is there's no skyscrapers, there's no buildings, it's just wide open spaces, grass, fields, trees, and I feel like I can catch my breath for the first time in actually quite a while.
Dotted around the park, you'll find playgrounds, pathways, and various features that represent the history and folklore that Westmeath is known for. The park's lake is actually a thurlock, which is rare in these parts of Ireland. A thurlock is a lake that appears and disappears depending on the underground water systems. It's only 14 kilometres to Athlone. I'm going to go straight there and relax for the evening and get ready for a historic walk tomorrow. Today, I'm doing a walk around the Hill of Uisneach. It's one of Ireland's oldest historical sites. The routes here are guided and the folklore and history is rich. Each relic tells a story.
Hi.
Bláthnaid, you're very welcome to the Hill of Uisneach.
Listen, it is absolutely gorgeous here, and I'm dying to find out as much information as possible. So please tell me about this amazing place.
Uisneach is very much famous for the Bealtaine Festival, or the lighting of the fires on the hill.
Wonderful. Well, listen, let's have a look around.
Let's do it.
Okay. Well, Justin, tell us about the house here and what we can see from this point.
Sure. This was a substantial stone house that would have had a conical-shaped thatched roof on it. And I think it's of no mistake that you would go out the door and the first thing that you can see in the distance is the Dysart shore of Lough Ennel. And the High Kings of Ireland, particularly the Southern Nail High Kings of Ireland, lived along this shoreline for 300 or 400 years.
So what would have taken place here?
Well, this was a place where a great fair or a great assembly was held. And this wasn't a normal assembly, this was a royal assembly.
Wow.
So we had High Kings and we had regional kings coming to Uisneach and paying tribute. We even know from the annals the tribute that the regional kings had to leave, and that was a ring of white gold that they would take off their finger and leave on their seat as they were leaving.
Wow.
Here we have a big flat hill right in the centre of Ireland, and everybody would come here once a year. And there'd be a big party here for a few days.
I'd say there was some crack had. Yep. Okay, so should we move on to the next site?
Yeah, we've lots to see.
Okay.
So here we are from one townland, the townland of Rathnew. Now we're standing in the townland of Uisneach.
Okay.
And the first thing we meet is this beautiful whitethorn fairy tree.
Oh, fabulous. Now look at this. So who is this?
This is Eru, one of the great Tuatha De Danann goddesses.
Okay, Eru, obviously, there's the connection there with the name Era.
So it was here on Uisneach, the last wave of people, the Miletians, came in. Era asked their druid to name the island after her.
Oh, wow.
And for some reason, he agreed. Ireland was called Era.
And her burial site is supposed to be here.
It's the last spot we're going to visit today, the Catstone.
Awesome. Okay, let's keep going.
Let's keep going.
So this is actually a very famous lake over here. What happened here?
This is Loch Lu. This is where Lu, the great sun god, was murdered by McCool, MacChéacht and McGráine.
And why did they murder him?
Well, you see, he was having a bit of an affair with the King of Leinster's wife,
Okay, Divil.
Divil, and he went up to confront the King of Leinster, and in a blinding fit of rage, he murdered the King of Leinster. And then he came back to the fair at Uisneach, Bealtaine. But little did he know that McCool, MacChéacht and McGráine, the King of Leinster's 3 sons, they were hot on his heels. And it was here in front of thousands of his people that Lu was murdered in this lake.
Yeah, and Lou doesn't look too happy.
He's not in the best of form here
He's
now.
not, understandably as well.
Word has filtered through that the 3 boys are on their way from Kildare.
Absolutely. Okay, shall we head on? and
We'll
see
head
what
on
else? Okay. And the sun has just come out.
Are you ready for a good view?
I am.
Wait till you see this.
Oh, look, there it is.
There she is.
Wow.
In all her glory.
Fabulous. So this is the centre of Ireland, the navel of
Yeah,
Ireland.
this is all in the Mirren, stone of the divisions.
Wow. So what kind of stone is this?
This is a glacial erratic, and this would have been brought here by a glacier that was moving from west to east, and it left us this little present on the side of the hill.
And there is a real sense of quiet but magic as well when you're here, isn't there?
I think the circular bank around it really adds to it.
And also, this is the resting place of Eru.
This is regarded as her resting place, the goddess Era. Some of the annals talk about all of the kings of Ireland being crowned here prior to around 400 AD.
Can we have a little walk around and see
Let's
what it
do
looks
it.
like?